For today's session, we're going to have the rate problems involving upstream and downstream problems. Okay, so isa sa mga complex na uri ng word problem is yung rate problems involving upstream and downstream. Usually, kakaproblema, ano yung upstream, ano yung downstream. Okay? So ito lang mga important note, i-shorten lang natin para masadali nating ma-solve yung mga problems, mga common problems na i-encounter natin, most especially sa rate problems, specifically sa upstream and downstream na mga terminologies. Okay, so pagka downstream, ibig sabihin yan, yung rate ng boat o yung streamer in still water plus rate of stream. Ibig sabihin nito, pag sinabi natin downstream, combined yung speed ng tubig at nung bangka na dumadaan sa kanya. Ibig sabihin sabay. So, okay, so mag-a-add yun. Dahil sabay sila, magkasama yung speed nila, mag-a-add yung speed nila. Yung speed ng boat in the water, in the current, plus yung speed ng stream o ng tubig. Dahil sabay sila, mag-addition yon. Downstream, ibig sabihin nun, yung rate ng bangka doon sa water, na to, habang tumatakbo siya, plus yung rate nung or speed ng tubig, yung current, dahil downstream magkasabay, so mag-a-add. Ano naman yung upstream? Bakit po siya minus? Bakit siya minus? Bakit yung rate of boat or speed ng boat or streamer in still water minus yung rate or yung speed ng water? Okay, bakit po minus? Kasi they are against to each other. Okay, so dahil in opposite direction sila, kinokontra ang isa't isa, minus. So, mangyayari doon, rate or speed ng boat in still water minus yung speed ng water or yung current. So, yan lang yung mga kailangan natin tandaan every time na mai-encounter natin yung rate problems which involves the upstream and downstream terminologies. So, yan ang gagamitin natin sa example natin later on. Okay, let's have the sample problem. Okay, a boat travels 30 kilometers up a river in the same time it takes to travel 50 kilometers down the same river. If the current of water is 5 kilometers per hour, yung bilis ng daloy ng tubig ay 5 kilometers per hour, then what is the speed of the boat in still water? Ano yung speed ng boat dun sa water? Okay, so dahil tinatanong dun sa problem kung ano yung speed ng water, we will let x as the speed of the boat in still water. So take note ha, yung boat ay nasa water, tumatakbo siya, hindi natin alam kung anong speed niya. Yung speed ng current ay 5 kilometers per hour. Yung speed ng water ay 5 kilometers per hour. Okay, ang usually ginagawa ko dito, pagka every time makaka-encounter tayo ng rate problems, specifically, it involves the upstream and downstream terminologies. Gumagawa tayo ng table na yan. Okay? So, sa kaso pong ito, we have the upstream and downstream. May mga pagkakataon na babanggitin yung upstream and downstream na terminology directly dun sa problem. At may mga instances din, most of the time, may mga instances din na hindi babanggitin directly yung upstream and downstream. Ano siya, hindi siya explicitly nakalagay sa problem, implied, okay? So, una, you have the upstream and downstream. Sa tatlong bahagi ng table na yan, nandiyan yung speed o yung rate, nandiyan yung distance, at nandiyan din yung time. Okay? So, yan yung ipifill in natin base dun sa problem. Ano? Balikan ulit natin yung problem. Sabi sa problem, a boat travels 30 kilometers up a river. Okay? I-mark natin, no? 30 kilometers up a river. Okay? Up a river. Okay? Paakyat. Up a river. Okay? So, ngayon, 30 kilometers up a river. So, lumalabas, yun yung upstream against the river. Okay? So, ilalagay natin yung 30 kilometers dito sa part ng upstream. In the same time, it takes to travel 50 kilometers down the same river. 50 kilometers down the same river. 50 kilometers down the same river. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, umaayon. 50 kilometers down the same river, umaayon dun sa agos ng tubig. So, ilalagay natin yung 50 dun sa part ng downstream. Andito siya. Sinabi rin po sa problem na same time. A boat travels 30 kilometers up a river in the same time it takes to travel 50 kilometers down the same river. So, same time ang pinag-uusapan natin dito. Kaya, parehas ang representation natin ng time both in upstream and downstream. Okay? Ang most of the time na most of the problem na na-encounter dito, ano ang ilalagay sa speed? Sa mga books, magkataka kayo bakit binomial ang nakalagay dyan. Most especially pagka one variable ang ginagamit. Kahit di naman one variable, basta kahit two variables ang ginagamit, lagi yung binomial. Paano po kasi yun? Pag sinabi nating upstream, kung naalala nyo po yung sinabi natin kanina, speed nung boat in still water minus yung speed nung yung water o nung current. Okay? So, lumalabas, yung upstream, speed ng boat in still water minus speed nung current, yung bilis ng tubig. Dahil upstream kontra minus. So, dahil hindi natin alam yung speed ng boat at given naman yung speed ng current, ang magiging representation natin for the upstream speed ay x minus 5. Speed ng boat in still water minus speed nung yung rate ng current, yung speed ng tubig. Dahil upstream paakyat kontra minus. Okay? Sinabi rin sa problem, it takes 50 kilometers down the same river. Sabay sa agos. So, lumalabas, speed ng boat plus speed ng current. Yun yung gagamitin natin, yung pattern na gagamitin natin. Kung alaalala nyo dun sa first slide. In other words, this will become x plus 5. Okay? Ngayon, ang magiging problem na yun natin, dahil may table na, paano ito itra-transform into equation form. Now, take note na sinabi rin po sa problem na same time. Ayan, same time. Ngayon, paano po ito i-convert sa formula? Babalikan natin itong triangle method sa paghanap ng value ng distance. We all know that the distance is equal to speed times time. However, since hinahanap natin ang value ni time, ito, ang gagawin po natin dito, si distance ay i-divide sa speed. Okay? Dahil same time, ang involved dito, si distance ay i-divide kay speed. So, lumalabas, ang magiging formula natin for time ay time is equal to distance over speed. Yan ang susundin nating formula. Ano? Distance over speed. Ngayon, dahil sinabi sa problem, a boat travels 30 kilometers up a river in the same time it takes travel 50 kilometers down the same river, yung time ni upstream ay equal sa time ni downstream. Lumalabas, dahil ang formula sa paghanap ng time ay distance over speed, we have 30 over x minus 5 equals 50 over x plus 5. If you will try to express this pattern in terms of the time, lumalabas, it is 30 divided by x minus 5 equals 50 over x plus 5. Kasi that is how we are going to get for the value of the time. We will just simply divide the distance with the speed. Bakit po equal sila? Sinabi po sa problem na same time. A boat travels 30 kilometers up a river in the same time it takes to travel 50 kilometers down the same river. Same time. Kaya inequate lang natin sila. So by using the cross multiplication, si 30 mo-multiply natin kay x plus 5, si 50 mo-multiply kay x minus 5, you have 30 quantity x plus 5 equals 50 quantity x minus 5. Simplifying this further, you have 30x plus 150 equals 50x minus 250. Distributive property lang po ang ginamit natin dito. Simplifying this further, you have 30x minus 50x. May transposition lang yan. equals negative 150 minus 250. Nilipat lang natin si 150 doon sa right side. Simplify pa natin, you have negative 20x equals negative 400. Dividing both sides by negative 20, ang value ni x ay 20 kilometers per hour. Ibig sabihin, yung speed ng boat in still water ay 20 kilometers per hour. Okay? Naway marami kayong mga naunawaan at naintindihan sa pag-solve ng rate problems, specifically pagka-involve yung upstream and downstream. I am Mr. Jonathan Piroman, a mathematics 8 teacher from Ilaya Barangka Integrated School.